Are you stressing about social media? I was. A lot. Hello, hello, hello. I'm Autumn Bardell, and this channel is all about author tricks, writing tips, and hopefully you'll even get some inspiration. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. That way you'll never miss another video. You can get my show notes and my next video delivered right to your inbox. Just sign up for my newsletter. And remember, by subscribing to YouTube, you feed those very, very hungry YouTube algorithms. And then writers like yourself can find my channel a lot easier. Okay, back to how and why I stopped stressing about social media. First, the why. I had some epiphanies. Here they are. Algorithms don't seem to work in my favor. Whatever the configurations, I can't figure them out or keep up with them. I'm not an influencer. I'm not a hot young thing. I don't have witty content to post every single day, or honestly, even much of the time. I can't keep up with all the fresh, new, happening hashtags. I have a day job with really crappy internet service. And I get maybe 2 bars for a few minutes a day. Not enough to do any serious posting in between classes. I learned it's about engagement, comments, and likes. Comments feed the algorithms. I had 900 or more likes on a single post from a bookstagrammer for Goddesses Inc. and 0 buys. 0. I had awesome reviews, an awesome photo. It's a great bookstagrammer, but 0 buys. It didn't translate, at least not for me. There are influencers and there are influencers. Those are the people that are really your ticket to getting noticed by the multitude. And those big time influencers are very, very, very choosy about who they want to bring into the fold. It takes time to post on all those platforms. It really does. It doesn't just take a minute, like people claim. Not if you want to do it right. Not if you want to make sure you're using the correct hashtags with the correct platform. And then of course you have to include some explanatory content. It takes time to figure out all of the nuances of all of the different platforms. For instance, a YouTube channel. I suppose I could watch all the many videos about how to up subscribers and get, I don't know, all that stuff I can't quite figure out, but I don't have any more time. I could watch all the YouTube videos about, looking at your YouTube dashboard and looking at the analytics. And once again, I'm fresh out of time. I mean, like you, we have 100 million things to do, right? There's a day job perhaps, groceries, laundry, content creation, household chores, children, grandchildren. It's a lot of stuff. For the most part, I feel like I am screaming into a screaming crowd. Okay, so those were my revelations. No matter how hard I worked a platform, I wasn't getting noticed. Not big time. Yes, it was depressing and disappointing. Yes, I know social media, it's a long game. And yes, I absolutely knew I had to be on social media to stay relevant, to sell some books, to have people know me as an author, to find new readers, and to connect with authors. I needed social media. So I made some changes, and those changes helped me manage my social media in a way that I am no longer stressed. Here's how I did it. I now focus on the platforms where my content can always be seen, that it doesn't disappear. Facebook posts, they disappear pretty quickly. So do tweets. Blink and they're gone. But a follower can easily kind of scroll through your Instagram or your TikTok and you're all right there. I like that. Why put time into social media posts that disappear like that? I figured out which hashtags are best for which platform, and then I use them, or I try to remember to use them. I cross-post. For example, this video will be posted on Facebook, on my Facebook author page, and then I'm going to share it to my regular Facebook. Then I'm going to share it to several groups, 3 of which are my own. Then if it's a 10 or 15 minute video, I edit it to 1 or 2 minutes, and I've created a promo. Next, I load the whole video onto a podcast, Anchor FM, which kind of puts it out on all the platforms. It takes the audio from the video and uses that. And then I take the promo and I put the promo on TikTok, Instagram stories, and Instagram reels, and then my regular Instagram page. And that only takes about 1 click from TikTok. I also use that same promo and the video as well, and 1 click, post it to Twitter. I don't do all of this immediately, especially the cross-posting from Twitter to TikTok, from YouTube to Instagram, from YouTube to video. I don't do all of that immediately. I stretch it out through a couple days. Otherwise, it's just like you just threw it all up there, and I want to space it out a little bit, have people stumble upon it at different times. I also post my YouTube video to my website, and to Goodreads when I remember, and to Pinterest when I remember. And I always post it to LinkedIn. That is a lot of content bang for the buck. 1 piece of content, multiple places, multiple times, multiple ways to use it. I maximize my content. I stopped doing follow trains, follow for follow, IG like mine, I like yours, and the Twitter retweet groups. Why? They took way too much time and caused me some stress because I just couldn't get to all the retweets. If I'm scrolling through IG or Twitter, I like to comment or share or like and share those posts to Instagram or Twitter or whatever I happen to be doing. Once again, I'm maximizing my time on social media. I don't scroll just to scroll. I scroll with a purpose, to find something to share, to comment on something, to connect with somebody. So scroll time becomes connect time. I know some folks, and you know who you are, who are great with the spreadsheets and pre-planning things. Like you can pre-post your tweets if you use your laptop. But I can't do that. I did it for maybe a few months. It caused me too much stress. It still took me 40 minutes, even though I was cycling through things very systematically, and I just didn't have those 40 minutes to do it. I didn't. So now all of those tweets, the Instagram posts, besides the YouTube links, are organic. When it strikes me, when I have something I'd like to share that I think is fun or cute or relevant. The only platforms I'm really super consistent with now are YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. And I don't post every day. I simply don't have that much time or that much content. I post on TikTok once a week. YouTube is once a week with this video. IG is once a week, but it's also organic. And Twitter, maybe every other day, usually organic, usually related to my YouTubes. This works best for me and took my stress level way, way, way down. I was hanging out with one of my author friends on our weekly Zoom meeting, and she was saying she just didn't have enough content for her TikTok. And I said, wait a minute, you write a blog every week. And she said, yes, I do. I said, all you need to do is pick up that phone, talk right into it, and find I don't know, even 30 seconds of really cool info from your blog that week and use that as a promo on TikTok. And as I just said, with 1 click, you can put it to Instagram stories or Instagram reels. She already had the content. She just needed to take out a little bit and make that her content for TikTok. You know, that's why it's a good idea to have some author friends, because sometimes they help you see stuff that you just didn't see. And it wasn't like I was so genius. A few months ago, I was kvetching about the same exact thing to another friend of mine. And she said, you already have content from your YouTube. I'm like, yeah, but I don't want to make any more content. And she's like, just shorten the video. 1-2 minutes. Oh, you know, I can do that. I'm not thinking up of new content. I'm just taking the content I already have, shortening it down to 1 or 2 minutes. And that's where I had the idea. See, that's why it's good to have a network of great author friends, because you can share all these cool ideas with each other. Stuff that you're thinking, why didn't I think of that? Back to all the social media stuff. I didn't even attempt to learn all of these platforms at once. No. I used FB for a long time first, for years. Then when Twitter came along, I figured that out. I was really slow and pretty dense about it too, honestly. Then it was Instagram, and another platform I had to figure out. And luckily I had a whole bunch of kids who used it, and I would call them all the time going, how do I do this and how do I do that? And I think they were pretty annoyed. But honestly, with social media, you have to use it before it becomes something you understand how it all works. And it just takes time. It's a learning curve. Tech, intuitive tech, yeah, I'm not so good with that. It's not intuitive to me. I have to do something over and over and over again before my brain kind of figures it out. TikTok was my very last venture, and it was really frustrating at first. I'm not sure why. I don't like to actually edit on TikTok, so I actually edit on my Mac. That just seems to work better for me, and if you find something that works easier and better for you, then that's the way to go. Once I feel comfortable enough with a platform, then I do all the clicking of all the random things, usually if I'm watching TV or something, and just try to figure out what goes where, who, what, why, because sometimes you just have to start clicking. There's a learning curve, especially if you don't use the social media platforms a lot. Do not try to learn it all in one day or 1 week or 1 month. You'll drive yourself crazy. I wait until I have enough headspace and patience before I attempt to learn a new platform. I know some people are really good at figuring all that stuff out, but honestly, and maybe I'm a little biased, I think the same people who have no trouble figuring all that stuff out are the same people who cannot buy, prepare, and cook a turkey Thanksgiving dinner for 20 people. Just saying. And I also discovered that even my very tech-oriented students in high school don't really know all the ins and outs. They just know the fun stuff. Authors have to dive in a little bit deeper. We have to look at analytics. We have to figure hashtags out, because really it's about putting ourselves out there. So I'm always surprised when I actually know more tech stuff, platform tech stuff, than my students. Anyway, once you are familiar with navigating it and it becomes more comfortable, then you'll see it's all really quite doable. Okay, that was a lot of stuff, so here's a much shorter recap. Come to terms with your actual available time and ability to put out original content. Cross-promote and post organically when you feel like it. When you have a few moments to spare, whether it's waiting for some pasta to boil or waiting in a line. 3, algorithms to make something go viral are really hard to figure out. Consider staying away from the follow trains. I know people love them. Comment loops and Twitter retweet groups. Those stressed me out. Maybe they don't stress you out. Once again, this is what worked for me. Make scrolling time, mindless scrolling time, connect time. Or why bother? Maximize your content across all of the platforms. Consider the length of time, the actual length of time your content is visible on all the platforms. Maybe Twitter shouldn't be your favorite anymore because your comments just disappear really fast. It just doesn't give you enough bang for a buck. Realize that there are many, many, many readers who do no social media at all. And you won't reach those, not on social media. Which means you may have to stop writing, stop social mediaing, and go to a party and socialize. Take some bookmarks with you. I hope you got some tips. I hope you de-stress from doing all that social media. It is a giant burden once you're no longer going, I have to do this and I have to do this and I have to do this. Do what you can, do it organically, and all those other 8 things that I just told you. And remember, writers, to dream, create, and embrace. Bye-bye.